Welcome back, second grade scholars. Today is Tuesday, May 19th, and today's word problem is about paper and who would have colored paper at our school. I was thinking about Miss Reem, who is our art teacher, and I know you miss her very much. So today's problem is about Miss Reem had 152 blue papers and 116 pink papers. How many more blue papers does she have than pink papers? So she's trying to probably do a project and she needs to make sure that she has equal amount, which means she needs the same number in both. But she only has 152 in the blue, but she really only has 116 in the pink. So she needs to make sure that she gets the same amount. So how is she going to find that out? Well, you're going to help her. So the first thing we're doing is we're doing our retelling. So make sure that you are reading over the question right now. And if you need to pause the video to look at it, absolutely good. Absolutely do so. If not, we're going to hop into our retelling. Make sure it's covered because I'm going to cover it for you right now. And then I'm going to pause and you're going to pause and do your retelling. Ready? All right, let's go. How did you do? I am hoping that you did awesome because we've been doing this for quite a while now. So please make sure you are on CGI page 36. This is the time to go get it. And then we're going to hop right into our read and reread. So Miss Reem has 152 blue papers and 116 pink papers. How many more blue papers does she have than pink papers? Now's your time to pause and read it for me. All right. Now that you did your rereading, we're going to hop right into cubes. So the first thing we do is circle. So we're circling the key numbers and the units because that's what the problem gives us. So it says Miss Reem has, right there I already see a number and I already see a unit. 152 blue papers. This is really important because if you look at our next one, it says 116 pink papers. These are two different types of things. There's blue paper and pink paper. Really depends on the question now. They could be asking you, how many papers does she have? How many more blue does she have? How many more pink papers does she need? There's very different questions that they can ask you, but I really want you to make sure that you're thinking about this, going, oh, this one's blue, this one's pink. We might not be adding these together. We might be subtracting. What can we do with this? This is where the underlining the question comes in because it's telling you how many more blue papers does she have than pink papers. So now this is already one of those questions of they're asking you for something. And I said this word yesterday. I wonder if you remember. What are they asking you to do? Well, it's one of those how many more than questions. And I said exactly this yesterday where if you're doing a how many more than question, you're looking for the difference. I really hope you remember that. Today we do not have a thumbs up or thumbs down question, but I'm going to make sure that you are on CGI 36. This whole page needs to be finished before you watch my videos. And then this third way, if you really can't think of another way, you can wait for this one and watch one of my videos to solve it on your own. This part you need to complete because you need to make sure that you are able to tell us what you did with your method and why. And this will be very important when we get back to the classroom. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Make sure you finish your work.
Ladies, for the first way, it's going to be that Miss Reem had 152 of the blue paper and 116 of the pink paper. And they also, again, want to know how much more she had of this than this, which means they're asking you for the difference. So they're not asking you for all together. They're not asking which one has more. So there's really nothing else you can do except for the subtraction because they want to know if she had more of the blue, how much more? And you can't add them together because then they'll just tell you how much you had the blue and the pink. So you have to subtract. So how we're going to show that today is the first way is a drawing way. Again, I'm going to write my first number, my bigger number on the top. Write my smaller number on the bottom. And we are subtracting, which means you're going to draw the top number but not draw the bottom number. So drawing the top number just like this. And you know I draw in groups of 5 in a box for the hundreds, sticks for the tens, and circles for the ones. You need to cross off the bottom numbers, but you don't have enough. We're going to go next door and unbundle a group of 10 into 10 ones. Now we have enough because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left over. And now we're going to go here. We need to cross one more off. It doesn't mean just one. It means one more. So now you have 1, 2, 3 sticks left, and you have 1, take away 1, and now you have nothing left here. So your answer right now is 36, which we're going to check with our second method. Our second method is just vertical way, but I also wanted to show you a different way, which I wanted to show you yesterday, but I was a little bit unsure, but I'm going to show you today. So this is our regular vertical way, and you can't do 2 minus 6, so you have to take 1 from the 5, so now that's a 4. Now this is a 12. 12 minus 6 is 6. 4 minus 1 is 3, and 1 minus 1 is 0. Something really cool you can do with just subtraction problems is the difference doesn't really change if you add or subtract the same number from the top and the bottom. So I already know if I'm not really sure with borrowing, I can make this bottom number into an easier number for me. If I add 4 more, it becomes 120 down here. If I do it to the top, I have to do it to the bottom, I have to do it to the top, so I'm going to add 4 more up here. So now my answer up here is, and now if you subtract this, you should get the same answer as this. So 6 minus 0 is 6, 5 minus 2 is 3, and 1 minus 1 is 0. All you did was add 4 more here and 4 more here, and now your difference is still 36. I know, it's really cool. Alright, so our last way is we're going to do an adding up way. So we're going to start with a smaller number for this, and that is 116, and we're going to go and add up so we can get to 152 to find the difference. So if you're at 116, if I add 4 more, it gets you 120, because you want to get to a number with a nice 0 at the end. Now from 120, I want to get to 50. So just start off with a little bit at a time. Alright, so if I want to get to 50, how do I do that? If I do 3 more, 3 tens more, so that's 30 more, I get to 150. Now from 150, I need to figure out, okay, so I need that 2. So you're going to add 2 more, and now you're 152. Good, you're at the number you want to be at. So what you want to do is add up all those numbers in the middle. So 4 plus 2 is 6, 3 plus nothing is 3, and you get 36. Which what you did was you technically took 116 and added 36 just in 4, 30, and 2, and then you got 152.
Alright, now that you're done, this is what I have at the end, and I'm pretty sure I went over this in our work, but I just wanted to tell you that this is the ending point, and this part is really important. I don't think I went over it as well yesterday, that Miss Reem has 36 more blue papers than pink papers. You need to make sure to go back into the problem and really read what they're asking you to do. Great job today, and I will see you tomorrow.